Hi folks, here's Friedemann with MAAT's brand new Roger Schult RSPhaseShifter plugin. Right away after the release I ran into a problem during a mixing job and I was happy that I now could grab to the software version of this gorgeous hardware module. This is our first use case video on a series of different use cases of the RSPhaseShifter. This case is actually the mother of phase correction demands, or at least a use case you could find in almost every modern mix. I've got a nice sounding bass track, but I had the desire to give it a bit more character. To do so, I have copied the track for the purpose of reamping. So the top track is the original and the lower one is the reamped version. Let's hear the original first. Yeah, sounds nice, but as said, I miss a bit of character. So here is the reamped one. It has a lot of character, but it is a little bit weak in the low end. However, let's see how they sound together. Do you hear that? Each one sounds okay for itself, but together it sounds somehow hollow and unnatural. This hollow character doesn't change with different mix balance, it just gets a bit more or less intense. When that happens, it's a clear call for the RSPhaseShifter to rescue the situation and melt both tracks nicely together. I'm gonna open the RSPhaseShifter, which is inserted on the original track. The reason is that I would assume that this signal comes faster as the second one runs through the reamping process, which could cost at least a few samples or milliseconds for the time which is required to let the sound waves travel from the loudspeaker to the microphone, possibly 0.1 milliseconds depending on the distance. And in case of real reamping, you would have the latency of the DA-AD cycle. However, as the phase shifter moves the phase forward, it makes sense to insert it into the track, which would highly likely come a little bit before the complementary parallel signal. Okay, here you can see the super simple UI of the phase shifter. This is actually the mono version, which comes without the flip, mirror and delta buttons. Level trim is set to 0 and phase set to 75 degrees at 400 Hz. I'm gonna play both tracks together as it is all about the relation between these two bass tracks. Listening in solo would be completely mindless. And I toggle it on and off, starting with phase shifter in bypass. Isn't that amazing? Suddenly the bass sounds natural and melts well into each other. I will show you how to set it up. First you guess a frequency based on your gut feel. A bit experience over the time helps to get the right gut feel, and over the time you explore some rules of thumb. My thought was that I wanted to have a relatively fine resolution, but not so super fine, such as at 4K. So I started off with 400 Hz. You can now think of the phase pot that I can adjust the phase between 15 degree and 180 degree in relation to the 400 Hz. With this plus 180 degree option, you can extend the range to 195 degree to 360 degree. You would start at 15 degree and simply sweep through the phase position and stop where you like it best when you hear both tracks in conjunction. Let me show you that quickly. In this case, I like it best at 75 degrees. Okay, let's make a further quick A/B with and without phase shifter and the same together with a rough drum mix so that we can hear how it feels together within the rhythm section. Well, that's a super fast rescue, and honestly you would have a hard time trying to get that done with an EQ. So have in mind, whenever some track sounds hollow when you try to mix them together, grab to the phase shifter and you're done within seconds. See you soon with a bunch of other tasks you can solve with a Roger Schult RSPhaseShifter. Enjoy your day and see you soon. Bye bye.